What's going on, guys? Shawn here from All American Trailer, and today we are standing in front of a Suncoast trailer, and we are lucky enough to have Alex, who's one of the owners of Suncoast, here with us to go over everything from front to back, all the features on this trailer. So Alex, go ahead and kick us off. Let's talk a little bit about the frame and everything that goes into one of these.
Yeah, thanks so much, Shawn, and so excited to be here and partner with All American Trailer Connection, biggest dealer in South Florida. And yeah, honored to be here as well. So Suncoast trailer, for those of you who are not familiar, it is a commercial trailer specifically for landscapers, but really for all commercial purposes. 10-year warranty on the trailer. As you see when Shawn and I walk through, every decision about this trailer from when it was first built in 1986 up until today, it's for the commercial user. It's for the user who either wants the absolute best or whose livelihood and whose company depend on trailers like these. We want to stay in the field with your crews, go on your toughest jobs, but we want to not only survive those jobs, we want to help make them easier for you. That's the point of a Suncoast, and that's why we built it the way we did.
Perfect. So yeah, let's start going over this thing from front to back. So up in the front, adjustable coupler, huge toolbox, and really heavy duty frame. Alex, I guess talk to me about the way that the frame is made and why you guys designed the frame in that way.
Yeah, sure. So everything is heavy duty 5-inch channel. The biggest thing you need to do when you're looking at a Suncoast, Shawn, is you got to touch it. You got to feel it, because that's where you see where all the investment is in this trailer, both from Suncoast, from All American, and then for you and your business too. So if you go on, put your hand on this frame, you can see protective steel plate right over the breakaway kit and the battery. Nice plastic holder for the 7-way connector. This is the stuff that we know your crews are gonna beat up day in, day out. So we've thought about all that stuff. We thought about it because we've been selling landscape trailers since 1986. So all of this is designed to keep the trailer out in the field and out of your shop or out of Shawn's shop too, right? Shawn talked about the A-frame box, fuel cans, chemicals, pesticides, whatever you wanna customize it, there's plenty of room in here, all right? And again, you've got the heavy duty mesh backing underneath it too.
You know, it's funny because as you mentioned that you guys have been building them for years and years and years, just in all honesty, so years back, 10, 15 years back, we had started ordering landscape trailers from a lot of other companies. So we were ordering them from Pace and Hallmark and a bunch of other brands, and they had what they would consider a landscape trailer, but they fell apart constantly.
Yep.
And so we constantly had a 2.0, a 3.0, a 4.0, where in all reality, we were just flat out copying you guys.
Yep.
And we'd call the factory and be like, we need the floor to be plank. You know, we don't want plywood. It doesn't matter how close you put the centers together. We went from 24 to 16 to 12 to 8, and it didn't matter how close you put the spacing on those cross members. A plywood floor was just still going to come apart. And then the steel shelves, and then, you know, it just went on and on. We just keep trying to have the factories copy what you guys are doing until finally we said, you know what, this is stupid. Let's just work with the right guys.
Well, we appreciate it. We're super excited to be here at All American. The door, standard 3/8 plywood. I think if you come in closer here, Justin, we'll probably go around to the back where there's a little more light, but just a quick preview, very heavy duty shelves. Again, I encourage you to come down to All American, put your hands on the trailer, you're gonna see that it's going to last, all right? And that's every decision that we make, heavier steel, more paint, right? Tougher product to last for you and your crews. The last thing we want is to shut down your business for any amount of time. That's what all this is designed in mind for. Typical lock for the door that you'll see throughout the industry, drip tray for the door.
On top of the door. On your door, I love, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. Heavy duty piano hinge. Yep, absolutely. Heavy duty piano hinge. Again, everything is designed on this trailer to last. That's the point.
The average door that we get from these guys, you know, is some aluminum framing. There's a lot of foam inside. So it's typically just a foam interior core door with a little aluminum on the outside, usually some sort of aluminum or poly on the inside. They hit it 1 or 2 times with a mower and the whole door starts to fall apart. That's one piece of a trailer that gets used every day that doesn't hold up well. So I love you guys for that.
I would just point out here another little detail we added recently. All right, so again, steel heavy duty grip, texture, and this is textured bed liner. All right, this is rocket bed liner like you'd see in a truck bed. And then I'll point out, because you reminded me, Shawn, on theft, which is a problem in South Florida and through some other areas of the country too, you can see again how thick that steel is, right? That's 1/4-inch steel plate surrounding a puck lock. Nobody's getting through the trailer. They got to cut open the side of the trailer to take anything out of it. So again, that's the lesson that we learned, that I think, to your point, Shawn, the bigger companies are not going to replicate, because we've had customers whose trailers have been stolen down here and it's really hurt their business. And so we designed this with their feedback in mind to prevent that from ever happening again. You got 2 more of these on the back tailgate as well.
Torsion axles, obviously huge benefit here. We typically, in any of our 8 wides from you guys, we do the 5,000-pound axles. A lot of times with landscapers, you know, whether it's the 8x20 or the 8x16, they're saying, you know, I'm not going to put that much weight in it. And we always kind of explain to them, it's not about the fact that you're putting a ton of weight inside the trailer. It's the fact that when a trailer is operating at, you know, 80% capacity all the time, every day, you're just going to wear out bearings faster. You're going to wear out tires faster. You are going into these tight cul-de-sacs. Everything's twisting and pulling on bearings. Having that 5,000 pound on each axle, bigger bearing, bigger tire, just way better longevity on the thing. You know, just not dealing with bearings and tires as regularly as most landscapers end up dealing with. And then, I mean, your guys' warranty on that and the frame, like we were talking about earlier, is awesome at 10 years. 10-year warranty on the trailer frame, 3-year electric, and then a 10-year warranty on that Dexter torsion axle as well. So the major components of this trailer, it's going to be at a slightly higher price point, but that's because we know that the customer that this is built for is out there making money. Their business has to depend on the trailer, so every detail has to be right. And that obviously includes the frame of the trailer, and the axle is the most important part, you know, the part that gets beat up the most. So, that's why we made the kind of product and the design choices we did. And, you know, we'll make the same exact choice throughout the trailer, and we'll see more of it on the inside. Yeah, 10-year warranty is incredible with that. I mean, you're at 3 times longer than all the other manufacturers in the industry, if not more. And so that's really nice here. Well, before we pull this down, the springs on the rear door, number one thing that probably most of our customers, you know, love about a Suncoast is the way that the ramp door is designed. Most cargo trailers have the 2 cables, and their guys are constantly, they're hitting the cable with the mower. They come in too fast and it bounces the door and unslacks the cables off of them, and then they can't lift the door up anymore. So just a really nice feature to keep this all tucked out of the way so the mowers are in and out, no issues.
If a mower hits this, or a piece of equipment hit this, it will survive. That's what it's built for. This is, again, a heavy duty, like everything, heavy duty steel. I'll say it 50 times talking about the trailer, because that's what almost every component is on the trailer. So no competitions out there trying to knock off springs, but these will last the typical workday. Definitely down here in South Florida they do.
Nice ramp door, really heavy duty. We were talking about this earlier, you know, use a really good gauge of steel on this so it doesn't have to be as thick, which makes the transition from the ground for your mower a lot nicer than some of the other brands. It doesn't have to have that stupid wood flap on it that breaks and falls off all the time, just because you're using that really good heavy quality of steel on the back on the door. Everything is, again, 4x2 tubing. You've got 7-gauge steel in this frame. You've got 2x2¼ angle, you know, and then 2x1 tubing. Everything we use is structural steel. So nothing is folded sheet metal or kind of the cheaper product, and that's why I keep coming back to really encouraging you to come see the Suncoast, put your hand on it, stand on it, jump around on it, test it. It's designed to be beat up by equipment and by a crew. And so obviously the tailgate is a huge part of that. So as we come inside, plank floor, like we were talking about earlier, I mean, absolute must have when it comes to a landscape trailer. It does not matter how close you put the cross members together underneath it with plywood on top. We saw it for years and years and years trying to, you know, combat that, and eventually that wood will just pull through, the screws will pull out, the cross members below it start to twist, and the floor becomes a wavy mess that you're just constantly chasing, trying to put more screws in it. So plank floor, gotta have it. A nice heavy duty 3/8 right on the plywood on the wall.
Correct.
And then, so some of the new features actually that I was just getting to see for the first time today, the new steel kick plate and the fenders. So tell me about what made you guys do that.
Yeah, again, this was all plywood and is on most trailers, but obviously if you're driving a 61-inch mower in here or 72-inch Exmark at the end of a long day, you know, they have a tendency to kind of nick up the side and obviously damage your property and the actual trailer itself. So we went to this steel plate. Again, this is 16 inches off of the deck of the trailer, and then that extends through this reinforced fender well as well. So we want to stick with that warranty. Like I said, keep the trailer in market, and that means, you know, in the field making money for you guys. And what that means is we're going to protect all the components of the trailer. So you can see we did that too. Again, the axles, we talked about the axles, we talked about the frame, you know, on the floor of the trailer too. It's designed for equipment. It's designed for in and out every day. That door is designed to be open and closed every day. And they're designed to get beat up every day. So that's what the inside of the trailer is ready for.
the frame, like you had mentioned, how it's all structural steel, like most of the other cargo brands that we sell, and we try to make sure we sell the absolute best of everything. But cargo trailers in general are just built this way. They're built out of formed steel. They're built out of lighter gauge steel because the average person isn't a landscaper, and they aren't having a couple 1,000-pound machine roll in and out of here, 20 times a day, going and going and going every day. So most cargo trailers just don't need to be built this way. And the way that these are designed is literally the whole bottom half of this trailer is an equipment trailer. It's the same way a skid steer or bobcat trailer is made, and then you guys are just building basically a canopy over it. So I mean, that's really what makes them hold up, is using true structural steel, like an equipment trailer is made.
Yep.
Shelves, for years we would put in a plywood shelf. We'd frame it out 2x4 plywood, and we'd add it to the trailer after the fact. The steel shelf being in there from the factory is so nice. The fact that this is welded into the front just really even reinforces the whole nose of the trailer. It's almost like having an additional cross member up here where it keeps the whole front of the trailer extra square and straight.
Correct, yeah. Yep, and again, you got 16 gauge steel sheet, heavy duty steel sheet. That's why I was kind of, you can hear it as soon as you touch it. I think as you get toward the front of the trailer, I would say 3-year warranty on electrical as well, which is the best in the industry. You have any problems at all, it's not just the trailer, it's the service behind the trailer as well. As you and your brother Chris know better than anybody in the industry, we will stand behind the trailer and you guys 100% when it's in market. If it does break, and it is built not to, but if it does break, we are going to be on the phone. You're not going to be talking to a member of the team, you're going to be talking to me. So we're excited to get it out into more people's hands, help more people run their business with Suncoast. It's got a great tradition, and we're going to stand by it 100% as we try and get it out there to you and help you be successful with it.
Yeah, no, I said it 100 times. I think our average Suncoast buyer it's like a cult following. I mean, it's guys that once you own a Suncoast, they don't go back. They won't buy anything else. They've seen the difference. They understand why they spent a little bit more money on it. They know that they got twice the amount of life out of that trailer than they did out of the other ones. And so we're excited to keep Suncoast on the yard, keep those customers coming back that love the brand that's been built over the years. And so we definitely appreciate you coming out, showing us the new upgrades on the trailer.
Awesome. Thanks, Shawn.
Thank you for the partnership. Thank you guys for watching. And definitely, like you said, come down here. Once you put your hands on this thing, it'll change your perception and it'll be hard for you to buy anything else. So we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you out there, guys.
Thanks, guys.